Why, hello there, everyone. It's time for me, the typewriter, to complain once again. I say this because I'm pretty sure most people just say, you just complaining, you just enjoy your game, or whatever. It's like, I don't care. Alright, so, we're at the pretty much end of Phase 2 of the current season, which I believe is... Okay, I can just look at it. I don't know the number off the top of my head, because at this point I don't think it matters. This season is called Crown of Ashes. Yeah, that's it. Which I think is like the second season in the 3-pack they basically have released the names of, at the very least, for the general idea of what's going to happen. So, after the third one, I don't know where the game is going to go. I personally think it has a chance to just end there, or maybe they'll do something afterward. I don't know. But as far as I can tell, they don't seem to have a lot of stuff planned after that, at least from what I'm seeing. I could be wrong. Some people say that the game will continue and just be more pay to win. But I feel like if it just keeps being pay to win and more players keep leaving, then it's going to be a very, very small group of people playing the game, and I don't think they'll justify the game to keep going. That's my personal opinion, you know. Alright, well, let's look at what we have for, stuff to do, We have Guild Duel. Well, here's the thing about Guild Duel. For the past maybe 2 to 3 Guild Duels, we've literally been placed against dead guilds. So, I guess you can just win Guild Duel by just being randomly placed with a dead guild. And you might be like, well, there's ranks, therefore, and you can't always be placed with a dead guild. Not true. If there's a bunch of dead guilds, a dead guild could win against a dead guild just by having one player participate, and then we just have to fight one player at one point. So technically, you could win literally by default, or you can win by basically, what's it called? I'm trying to think of it. You could win by essentially just paying, because you can pay. You can't see it here because this is the weekend. But you could essentially win here by just essentially like paying money when it comes down to doing the quest stuff, and then that's like that mythical points will basically give you a higher rank. This is not me paying a higher rank. This is just I happen to have the characters necessary, and therefore I currently have the highest rank. There are some people who haven't done them yet. A lot of people in our guild are told to do it like at the very end, towards like the time when it's I'm trying to think of it off the top of my brain. A lot of people are told to do it closer to when it's like right before Sunday's reset, whatever. Just because that's when usually the guild boss is done completely, and you can make sure there's no like future like upgrades and whatnot. But since we're in a dead guild, I didn't care. I just went for it. I might get second later for all I know, but everything I had is got the runes and whatnot, so it's pretty good. Besides that, we have currently, it's going to be refreshed in like, formations are locked, so I don't really care about showing this. Clash Fronts. From what I'm seeing in this Clash Fronts game, which could possibly be the very last Clash Fronts game, because apparently Clash of Glory has the same rewards, so they might be trying to replace Clash Fronts with Clash of Glory. We were put against pretty much a Kraken guild 2 times in a row, which I thought was kind of bullshit. But this is probably the one game where we didn't have a problem getting probably first. Because I doubt we're not going to get the hamster here, and we're in first like by a good margin. We thought that the purple guild was going to be the next runner-up, but apparently they got shut out, which was funny as hell, because I think the blue and the red guilds are not nearly as strong as them. But it was pretty funny. I'm glad we got Starlight to fight, because now there's nowhere they're going to do anything. They literally knew that they weren't going to take the tiles, so they decided to just keep the tiles they had. Smart move, smart move. It was similar to something that we saw from a different guild. What rank are we going to get? It doesn't really matter at this point. Probably something in the top 5. I mean, I can look at the ranks, I guess, before I walk away. Let me look at the ranks. Can I not see the ranks? Oh yeah, during the thing, I don't think it allows me. I'm pretty sure we get like top 5, 6 or so. Clash Funds reward. Ooh, I got stuff. I didn't realize I had more stuff again. I have maxed out, maxed out, maxed out, maxed out, maxed out, maxed out. I literally have everything here maxed. I mean, like, not like, they're not like, you know, winged and like got all the stuff, but I have every character here. None of them are. I don't. Well, wait a minute. Is Walker? No, Walker is. Walker is. Okay, so yeah, no. I don't think there's a single character here that I actually have a need for. All of them are P4 at the very least. I think. Salazar, I believe, is P4. Yeah, I think both of these are P4. Or yeah, no, I think Salazar is P4. Yeah, that's. I got everything. I don't see what the point of any of this is. I'm just not now. It's just gonna be free shit in the store or whatever. That's one of the big things about this. I mean, like, I can look over here. This is kind of an important note. As you can see down here, I have almost everything purple max besides him, which, who cares? The golden ones, in my opinion, it's not worth it to save so much for one shard for one of these characters. I would rather just get the shards from, what's it called, the weekly key thing instead. What's it called? These things up here are more important in my opinion. You got like either this one or this one to level up the characters in here. Of which I also am running out of things for that too. Right now, because of how my great selection, Cessia will probably be next because she's getting her upgrade thing, unless like it's proven to be terrible. But right now I'm focusing on the Water Woman. I know, I'm not good with names, I'm sorry. I only have a few left for this too. Honestly, they should seriously, like, whatever you don't have in purple should be filling these slots. It shouldn't just lock after you're done and that's it. That's just stupid. Especially, like, this is so outdated. Most of these characters were freaking useless. The only reason why, like, most of them are done because I had to upgrade someone, you know? This thing, yeah, the points are probably, the points from the using those shards that I already had the people leveled up for are probably just going to go toward this thing. Besides that, let's see. Sorry, I'll go back to the game modes. Dream Realm has just been Dream Realm. There really hasn't been much beyond just, for the most part, Gwyneth is an overly required, necessary character for everything. I can't show you anything right now because, like, right now I don't have any attacks left or use all my attacks. I mean, I can look at the, what is it? Here, I'll look at the formation recommendations. Everything requires Gwyneth, 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 Gwyneth. Free running Gwyneth, free running Wrath. It's like, there's only like 4 or 5 characters that actually are really worth using for the most part. Like in PvP and PvE. It's funny to me, honestly. Let's see. Arena is useless. There's no reason to even look at it. I mean, you can if you want. I'm in second currently because of some reason. I literally, I just attack one person all the time. The reason why I attack one person all the time, by the way, is because I don't want to attack my former guild mates, and that's pretty much it. Like, if you look at the rankings, it's pretty much people either in the guild that I'm in, people from my former guild that are in the other thing, or the people that are in the other guild. That's it. And the only one I'm going to get points off of is the person that's closest, which is this one. That's the only reason I attack them. Dirt Trails, who cares? Literally, it's just a sweep. It has no value or importance. Supreme Arena, I'm currently 5th. I've been 5th. I want to continue to be 5th. I doubt anyone in the top 5 or the people in the top 10 are ever going to watch whatever I create, whatever video I do. But if you do, let me go ahead and just say this for now. I have 2,220 points, or Supreme points, right? I want to get to this. After I get to this thing, you guys can try and take the top 5, and I'm just going to barely try, because I literally don't care after that. All I want is the stupid, where is it? The stupid thing here, and then after that, I just farm points for, like, phase 3, pretty much. So, you know, if you watch this, just chill on attacking me for that long, and then you pretty much can get it. I might, like, passively use my 3 attempts that are free to maybe attack, but I'm not going to try beyond that, because I don't see a point. you get the same rewards if you're in the top 10 or the top. That's the same thing for also league points. You get the same league points if you're in the top 10 or if you're in the top 5. The only difference is this stuff. There's no other point to it. Being in the top 5 is just, oh, hey, I'm special and I'm going to be here. I feel like I'm the strongest of her. Like, the person in front right now, the person that's the top person, is literally, like, got everything maxed out on their account. So, like, there's no reason to fight them. I can beat out Newborn, I can beat out Iet, but they can also beat me out. D have a harder time doing so, but it's not impossible. It's the same mentality. Oh yeah, I guess, 1 second. Just for, I am currently at, 121 million power. So, I'm doing okay, but my hypos are still underleveled, so there's that. Moving on. Supreme League. Currently, I'm in the 2nd round of Supreme League. I think my next rounds are pretty going to be easy. Like, some I might lose, but for the most part, I think I'm going to move on to the next stage, which I normally do anyway. Even on, like, with a bad team, I usually do pretty good. My power levels are a little better. The middle team is kind of like, I need something that can stop alts. And, well, there's only one character that I have that can stop alts currently. Maybe when the Spider Woman is out in the next phase, that will be a different situation. But right now, I only have the Bird. So literally the middle team is the Bird team. That's why it's so low. I only have it at S+ or whatever. Outside of that, Supreme League, honestly, I think has been... I know I'm never going to, like, fully win the thing. I find this more fun than some of the other game modes, just because, I get to build some teams and see how they play out and whatnot. And it's all on equal footing, instead of me having to build my equipment and whatever all at the same time, the same charms, blah, 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 blah. Like I said before, Guild Duel, not very impressed with it, not really caring. It's a pay-to-win type of thing, / also you just have a bunch of dead guilds, so what's the point? Legend Trials, who cares? Battle Drills, again, it's literally... Oh, actually, one thing I can say about Battle Drills. Clash of Glory has been stated to basically not be a 90-member guild, 90-member participant event as well. So, there is clearly not a single game mode in the game at the moment where all 90 members are participant, except for Battle Drills. That's it. There is nothing else where you actually have 90 members and it makes any difference. Quite frank with you, at that point, you probably should have made the guild size 60. I don't know why you have 90. 60 would have made more sense, people could fill it easier, it's just 2 guilds merged together, I don't see why you would have 90. What's the point? Like, there's going to be a lot of people that do nothing, essentially, in your guild. There's going to be a lot of people that are just there because they've been with a guild for a long time. It makes things a lot more difficult. We had our own problems with one of the 3 people that was merged with our guild, deciding that some of their members wanted to part ways for reasons that are personally, to me, were pretty bad, pretty stupid. Maybe like some personal beef. I don't really care what it was. What it was that they wanted their guild, their guild members to all be united in one guild. They wanted most of their guild members to stay, even if they were under the power level, that power requirement. And they got most of that, not all. And then after all that, they walk away from their guild members. I'm sorry, I will state this for the record, that's ridiculous and utterly stupid. If they're seeing this, which I don't see why you'd bother, like, if you want me to have any kind of sympathy for that, that's ridiculous, that's stupid. You've literally, like, crippled a guild because you guys were sad about the Battle Drills thing, because you didn't like that someone did something that almost every guild does. I don't know who, and I don't care. It was like kicking a member that was 7 days out. 7+ days gone. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me at this point. It's such a stupid reason to be upset about, in my opinion. Like, everyone in the group has to be at a consensus to get rid of them, even though they were gone. I even stated, I think, like that we could just have them join if the situation came to it, but Whatever. If that makes me sound like an asshole, I don't see how that is. Again, if they were here and active, it'd be one thing. If they're not here and active, I don't see why it matters if they were there or not, right? But whatever. Moving forward, that was me ranting. Arcane Labyrinth, who cares? I mean, for Guild Duel, I guess it matters now, but I don't care. I still don't care. Honor Duel, the only thing for Honor Duel is if I manage to not have enough keys at the end of the week, I'll run through Honor Duel a few times. I don't care about it. Heroic Gauntlet, I literally completed everything and it's done. Like, with rankings in Heroic Gauntlet, as far as I know, it's like, nobody cares because, like, after you get the rewards, you don't get anything else. That's it. You just get the rewards and that's it. So who cares who's first and second and third for it? It's the same thing with battle drills. It doesn't matter now. It's funny enough because that game mode is even less interesting, but yet it technically has a ranked mode. It's like, doesn't make any sense. You got Titan Reaver for Charge and Clash. Currently. I'm currently number 1. That's because I got in second twice. Some people probably when they try will get like a higher thing. As long as I'm in the top 10, I really don't care. I just get the rewards for it. I really don't care if it's the bestest, whatever. As long as I'm in the top 10, I get the rewards. That doesn't matter to me. Solstice Clash is another, what's it called? Magic Duel thing, whatever it's called. Magic War. Wand Wars. Another Wand Wars type thing. Except I think it's more annoying because I think like the battlefield keeps changing and whatever like that. Personally, I just get the rewards and walk away. I hate this thing constantly notifying me, like, oh, you can go bet in the Solstice Clash. Look, for the people who like it, there's people who like it and want to continue. Sure, go ahead. But after I get my rewards, I really don't care. I like to keep at least some kind of rank, but at the same time, at this point, I don't care because, like, it's hard to tell which characters they decide to favor in this particular version to then use them against somebody else, because they'll just randomly pick 3 characters that don't make any sense, but apparently they win because I guess they've memorized how the battlefield works or some shit, or I don't know, they're getting tips on it, or they just play it all the time. So it's literally just, if you dedicate time to this game mode, you're gonna have an okay time. If you don't dedicate time to this game mode, go fuck yourself. Yep, it doesn't matter to me. I got my rewards for the most part. There's some of the things in there, but I can't be bothered. What about this character? I guess this is something we haven't talked about. I'm currently using him in a few teams because he can silence stuff. Is he like a character I think people should be trying to get or whatever? If you have the resources, okay, but honestly, him and the Spider-Woman are kind of like in the middle type of thing. If the Spider-Woman gets her stuff off, she can basically, like, I think, almost silence 2 people. If he gets his thing off, he can basically prevent, like, the bird from doing their thing, because he can, like, silence 1 person. It's good to a degree, because you kind of need people who silence, but at the same time, 1, he's a warrior. A lot of warriors oftentimes become utterly worthless in most situations. 2, I don't think what he does is that impressive, so I would say probably the Spider-Woman's a better bet in some scenarios, but the Spider-Woman is also a mage. So that's a problem, you know? In terms of this thing, I don't fucking care. Rosy Cosmetics. I actually like the cosmetics this time around. I've got pretty much what I want from them, though. I wish I could get, like, I didn't do much with the butterfly one last time. I wish I could do something with that a bit more. Rhea returns. Rowan and I think, what's his face? Callan has really made a big, like, comeback from when he initially was released. He's really important, I think, so, you know, if you want to upgrade him, sure. Rowan, I mean, he's used. They said that he has, like, synergy with Peggy, but honestly, as much as I like Peggy, at the same time, she's not, besides Dream Realm, kinda just not there. Dream Realm and I think Guild Duel's boss or whatever sometimes, to be honest with you, is not the best. At one point I hope to get her to P4 because I like her, but beyond that, I have no regrets that I used my swap ticket to get Gwyneth to basically the highest level she can get, because she's so required, like disgustingly required, that it's not even funny. Alright, besides that, is there anything else to talk about? I guess the new stuff, you know, like, if I go into the news, I could probably find it. Let's see. Let's start with Veronica. Veronica here is basically going to be a character that, like I said before, if she gets her stuff off, she's a mage, so she can be silenced. If she can get her things off, she basically can silence 2 people at once. She can cut off their energy completely, permanently for the rest of the battle. That's impressive. A very interesting idea. It's a Mauler character and a Mauler mage. That means it's kind of iffy. The game always goes out of their way to basically remind you that the Maulers are almost worthless besides a few characters. So, it might work, it might not. I think it's a character worth some level of interest and investment, but I don't know. Honestly, what we really need is a character that can prevent the status of... what's it called? Prevent the status of people being, like, silenced or preventing their ult from going off. Because that would really be a game changer. Just having one character that can do that, maybe a couple characters later on, that would help. Or maybe, like, one character kind of does the same thing like Thorin does. Or Thawador, I don't remember how you say his name, does, where it's like, the person behind them, their ult will still go off, even if there was, like, whatever happening. That would be really cool, have something like that. And then with that, we also have to, like, I don't think anyone at this point that's playing this game doesn't already anticipate Roland to be literally one of the most important characters, because he is a Celestial support. Celestial supports are extremely important in every consideration. Like there is almost no situation where you're not going to see the twins in, let alone what you're probably going to see this guy in constantly. So everyone's going to be trying to get this character no matter the situation for the most part. Let's see. Besides that, I guess there's, like, for news I could see, let's see. I mean, they're going to be talking about, like, Rowan upgrading Enhanced Force, Cessia, and Beryl for Cessia. Yeah, we can talk about that. There's new skins, but, like, I'm not going to go into that too much. I'm going to get Peggy's skin. I think I'm going to get pretty much all their skins for the most part, because I like doing that. It's my thing. Cessia and Beryl. I want Cessia to make a comeback, because I really liked her. Like, she was a carry in the early parts of the season, like the first 2, maybe 3 seasons of me playing the game. I think it was only 2, because, like, I think the 3rd season she kind of fell off. But I like her. I want to see her come back with this. I don't know if she will, technically, because Peggy and Lamentus, like the summoner comp idea, is something people are more going into, but I think that it would be cool to see her in more comps. Maybe not, like, fantastically in more comps, but I would like to see her a bit more. Beryl getting one. The only time I've seen Beryl have any importance is in this new Wand Wars thing. Wand Wars equivalent. So, I don't know. Like, maybe he'll get good? I have him at S+, so it's not like he can't do anything in this situation, but I would be annoyed if this actually made him, like, come back. Because if that made him come back, that would be pathetic. Like, just let it be in, like, Wand Wars, because I couldn't give 2 shits less about that game mode. Realistically, besides the rewards, let's just keep it in Wand Wars, whatever, and leave it at that. In my personal opinion. And then, let's see, we got Clash of Glory, Crafter's Venue, and Dream Hunt. Dream Hunt, and Clash of Glory. Well, let's talk about Clash of Glory first. Clash of Glory, I don't have an image at the moment. I suppose I could go look for an image and come back. Alright. I can't say that, like, I know for a fact if this will be viewed or not, but if not, I'll just put it as an image in the editing, probably. This is what basically Clash of Glory pseudo looks like, where I guess multiple guilds will fight for essentially control of various regions, I guess, across the map. or request a map of some kind. I assume it's got to be the map of the season, considering I'm not sure where this map would be otherwise, unless they're making an entire like map like this for it, where basically every guild will basically have to take over territories in order to win. It is kind of laid out in a way that's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's laid out in a way sort of like, there was a game called For Honor, and you kind of would, like, you had 3 factions that would fight for control of, like, through their wins, they would basically fight for control of a map. It's the same kind of thing as that, it looks like, sort of, or like Risk is another way I like to call it for, where it looks like you're just supposed to try and take as much of the map as possible. The problem, I think, is that it's a live event, and that means it's one of those things sort of like the God, I don't know what it's called, the Fallen God type of thing, and I hated those game modes and whatnot for that, so I hope it's not like that. It kind of also has a feeling sort of like, if I look at the next image, it's sort of like Pokemon Go in a way, where it's like you have to, grab an area, put people to defend it, and then like keep that area protected for a certain amount of time with this with these crystals in the corner over here and like the statue. To what degree is exactly what they're supposed to be doing, I don't know. Again, this is a live event, so this might be one of those things where it's like they want people to be on the game longer, and I think it's kind of stupid. I feel like what it is like the way this is set up, because I only just now realized there's 3 crystals around it. Maybe it's a thing where it's like you put people to defend the crystals that keep like the statue safe, and if people can break through that defense, they can then capture the statue, I guess. I feel like, let's see, this is part of the map, I think. This is like the place where the prince guy was hiding. So yes, this is part of the map. So places in the map will have places like this where it's like guilds can take over an area and put people to defend on the crystals, and then if other guilds can manage to take out the crystals, they can also then take over that area with the statue or whatever, or maybe like there'll be people defending all 4 of them, I guess. I don't know, that's what my assumption is for this game mode. Beyond that, I know very little, but as far as we know, this game mode is again going to be like a certain amount of players are going to be a part of the defending and attacking teams. Therefore, and it's not a 90-member guild mode. That's the biggest problem with it, with people for the most part. But apparently this has also got the same rewards as Clash Fronts, so that probably is going to, quote, replace Clash Fronts. I will see if this is more fun than Clash Fronts, but honestly, the fact that this is a live event is something that I don't like. I hope that when they say live event, it's like, it's live for a certain amount of time, then it turns off till reset or something. I don't know. It would be kind of dumb if they just had it live all the time and you have to like constantly log on to see if someone like took out your defenses. That'd be stupid. Well, whatever. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Outside of that, there's also the Crafter's Venture, which I think it's just the only thing that really matters for that one, as far as I can tell, is just you can get the Siren skin that was seen in the trailer and the animations. You can also get Dream Hunt. Dream Hunt is another thing where it's like, okay, so this is only going to matter to people who are vanguards, who are like really heavy, powerful character people in your guilds. This thing basically says you have to make 5 different teams for Dream Hunt. You have to make 5 different teams for when you're a vanguard, probably for the new Clash of Glory or the old Clash Fronts, either way. You have to make 5 different teams for Supreme Arena. I mean, you could try putting them all in the same one, but I feel like that's probably not a great idea. You have to then also, if you're a vanguard for Guild Duel, you have to have 3 teams for that. Like, it's required for the people who have like a lot of, involvement in their guild and have like a lot of power. This makes it so you have to have so many teams. Like, you're basically punished for being one of the more powerful people in your guild. One of the more people that are like, is dedicated. I think the quote-unquote idea behind this is that you're supposed to like, how do I explain it? You're supposed to have your guild more involved, and like certain, like, you know, these people can be the vanguards for this, these people can be whatever for that, blah blah blah. But like, that's so stupid, because you're going to put your strongest people in the game modes that help your guild win. Putting other people in that aren't as strong isn't that great. So it pretty much just says, hey, if you have a cracking guild with a bunch of strong people, you're in luck. If you're anyone else that has only a few strong people and a bunch of other people that just don't have the power to build the PvP, because we didn't have really PvP focus until this freaking season, go fuck yourself. It's really annoying. That's all I'm gonna say. In terms of the Primal Lord, I don't fucking care. Primal Lord is literally just if you have the invested characters and if you're lucky, because at one point I literally had every character at their max level on one of the Primal Lords, and I got like 5th. It made no sense to me, no logical sense to me whatsoever. And then another one, I didn't have every character maxed. I had like, what's it called? My Contis wasn't that powerful at the time, but apparently I got the highest score for that one. Made no sense to me. It was like the harvester guy. It made no sense to me, but I was like, okay, whatever, I guess. I got number 1 on that one. Sure. A lot of things with that make no sense to me, so I don't bother to try and care about it. Oh, yes. I guess I didn't technically mention, nothing that really matters, mind you, but like I didn't actually mention AFK stages, because I kind of breezed by them. I've gotten through them. Personally, I thought they were pretty obnoxious this time around, because, like, I had to turn 4-speed off sometimes for 2-speed. I had to manual freerun. Like, I would do the same manualing of freerun multiple times for the same comp, and after, like, 4 tries, 5, 10 tries, it would suddenly work, even if it made no sense, even though it was the same way I was doing it before. Other times, like, the recommended stuff, the recommended, I'm trying to think off the top of my brain. The recommended formations would be stupid and require, like, we're going to keep Sylphira in literally the back, preventing them from literally being able to leave because 2 characters are blocking their way from moving. To just keep them there because we need the, the Phantomal for that type of, for the Celestial Hypogean fucking Phantomals up there. Like, that's just stupid. This is a free-ring comp where you need her laser to hit things. Use Mahira. That makes more sense. Mahira, and then I replaced one other character with someone else because it was, like, not doing enough or whatever. So, yeah, I literally had to change 2 characters out from like, the comps would be the exact same, just slightly mirrored in some ways and doing different spells. That didn't help me. I changed to Mahira, and I'm like, yeah, I got through. It's just so stupid to me. Like, I have to come up with different things. It's like, well, y'all know, for you have to think about it. I shouldn't have to. This is AFK stages. I will never stop saying this. Away from keyboard. I should be able to walk away, and it should go through like 20 stages. If it reaches a certain point where I don't have the damage until I get to, upgrade my stuff, okay, that's fine. But don't be like, oh, hey, you can't do this because your character isn't positioned exactly the right way for this particular time frame. You have to make sure that it's exactly the most perfect version of this in order to get by, and use this other. You literally have to assume something else, even though for the most part you don't have to do that for these comps. Oh my god, just go fuck yourself, game. Alright. So, with all that being said, what's the consensus on everything? The consensus is that, like, I want to see what happens for the next season. I want to see the next phase. If the game modes are just kind of shit, I can only assume, like, there's a bunch of people that are just waiting to see if the game is gonna, like, improve in some ways, and if it doesn't, a lot of people are probably gonna quit before the end of the season. I don't think it's really going to improve. I'm gonna see how it goes, like, whatever. But I have intentions to possibly look to hire. Look. My current guild feels like the guild I had before. It really does. It feels like it's the same guild I had before, and I literally told my guild, the last guild I had, that I wanted to go into a guild that was like, I wanted to get into one of the top guilds. I had the power for it. I had the, activeness for it and whatnot. I literally left. I got them into I thought a safe place, which apparently I wasn't. I put them in a guild I thought was a good option for them. And I told them the whole idea was that me wanting to not join you guys where we're going is that I want to go into a more competitive guild where, it's a top tier, high level guild. I knew that it was going to be Wales. I didn't really think about a Kraken guild at the time necessarily, but it might be a situation where I might go to a Kraken guild. It's not anything against the people that I'm currently with, if they happen to see this. It's just a matter of, at some point, I think I'm going to do that. I'm not going to be like the people that abandoned our guild and just said, screw it. I'm going to at least give it a season to see how things go. But, if you see this, I'm just going to, it's fair warning. I'm just going to state that, in general, my opinion is that even if it's, a Kraken guild or a whale guild is, just kind of the easy route, quote unquote, I would rather take the easy route than struggle to barely be able to do things. I don't think there's going to be an underdog comeback, especially with our current options. That's my opinion. Besides that, it's more a matter for my guild stuff. Besides that, I mean, there are some things fun about the game. Like I said, I think Supreme League is kind of fun. What I think they should do, if they ever wanted to listen to any suggestion I had, is make it so that whoever wins Supreme League can't win again. Like, once you've won, you've won. That gives people a chance to get the victory, They can get like some rewards as compensation for participating, but they can't like get to the final 16 or whatever, so that people can actually have a chance to get more chances to win instead of just the same person, same two people always fighting for the top thing. Because like that, what is that changing? That's the same thing with like how Supreme League has gotten to same thing with how Supreme League has gotten to, yeah, it's lagging, sorry. It's the same thing to how Supreme League has gotten. It's not Supreme League. Supreme Arena has gotten kind of dull. It's the same 5 people in the top. Sometimes somebody else manages to break through. This guy, that guy, this one, that one. It doesn't matter. It's the same group of people doing it all the time. It gets stale and boring. No, I don't want to constantly be knocked out every 2 seconds by somebody else, but at the same time, it's like, do something to make it interesting. Again, like a lot of people have said before, just make it so that there's brackets, sort of like with your what you've done in the past with the 3v3 modes for the attack mode, whatever, for the PvP stuff. Make it so there's brackets where it's like there's the lower level people, there's the medium, and then there's the highest level. Therefore, there are people who can win the other things and have a chance to do it. Because like if you have a medium and whatever, to note, there's also the same problem with, once someone figures out that stuff, only the people who are really, like, dedicated to those game modes will then be good at the stuff. But you have a chance to win still, regardless. That's something. I don't know. There's not an easy fix to this game because, let's be frank with ourselves, it's all about money right now. It's all about PvP and money, so all I can say is, if you're going casual, you're probably fine. If you want to be in a really active guild, you only have a few real really active, really competitive guild, you only have a few real options. Everyone else is kind of like just your basic guild from before. Besides that, I don't know. Personally, I think at this point they should just kind of keep merging the servers together until there's just like 4 or 5, how they have like the Allied 4 or whatever, just like keep merging like another 2 servers next season, keep merging until it's just like this group versus this group. Whoever's the strongest in these groups will band together, blah, 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 blah. It gives people more options, because even in Allied 4, that I'm currently in, it's the slim pickings. So, not to mention there's a lot of people that are like, I'm comfortable where I'm at, I don't really feel like doing anything extra. So we're back to the same problems I had before there was 90-member guilds. Wow, awesome. So it's literally the same thing, because the guild I'm in was in talks with literally a French guild. Like, I was had a French guild merged with my guild before, and then they backed out because of a bogus reason. Let's be frank with ourselves, I don't really care. Doesn't matter if they're nice or whatever. They literally backed out after so much time wasted, and it was a joke. Besides that, not much to say. I can't really, nothing more to add. Just, I've complained, I've said what I said, I've done what I've done, and all I can tell you is that, life goes on. See you later.